Greetings to my 10th grade children. I welcome you all to the history class. Today let's see the rise of Germany in the post-war. Okay, I welcome you all to this e-learning platform. Welcome. In the last class we saw about Italy in the post-war. Now today we are going to see Germany in the post-war. How Italy was affected and Mussolini, the great leader, emerged in Italy and how he created fascism. Okay. So now today we are going to see about Germany and the uprising leader is Hitler. Let's see. 1918 to 1933 Germany was a republic country. In 1914 they were really concentrating in political and cultural accomplishments. Okay, so you all know Germany was really greatly affected in the Treaty of Versailles, but now how they are going to manage with all the disadvantages and all the loss what they had in the World War I. So for that, from 1817 to 1914 in the areas like economic, political and the cultural accomplishments. Now Germany surpassed Britain and USA in industrial productions. You all know USA was a great, even they were really lending monies for many countries. Such a great country was USA. He was a financial creditor. But later what he is doing is Germany was very particular that he has to improve. So what he is doing is he is improving his industrial productions. And after First World War, German people were demoralized. So what is happening is they were really affected by the Treaty of Versailles and the way they got that loss in the World War. So that made them to become demoralized and they were really harsh to other countries. Germans were really turning against other countries and they were really having a harsh atmosphere or a rude kind of a atmosphere or a friendship or a relation with other countries. The Treaty of Versailles created a discontent and hardship in the political system of Germany. Then again you know Great Depression. Great Depression really affected many countries, and what they did is they were concentrating in that areas, but still they were having, that is the commons were going against the political system. Anyhow, when they go to the other countries, as European part of European country, they too had some issues, but still they were managing that is in this time period they were managing it, but still they were undergoing the effects of Great Depression in their political borders. In the next slide you can see 1919 7 men Munich. The 7 men started a party called Nazi party. So Mussolini started fascism and fascism impressed Hitler. Like political leaders like Hitler, you all know in the last class we learned. Now here due to that what is happening is 7 people started Nazi party and that is called to be Nazism. Okay, so fascism and Nazism like brothers and sisters like that in the relationship. Hitler won among these 7 and they were really, what they did is in Germans there were many number of Jewish population was found there and they were getting affected. They were suppressed and they were politically they were suppressed, economically they were suppressed, and they were really undergoing a difficult time under the leadership of Hitler. And Hitler served in Bavarian army. He was part of the force and he was a great oracious speaker also. I already said in Mussolini's lesson, only a speaker can impress common people or he can attract people towards his side to make use of his to bring out his ideas of the other political views. What he has to do, he should be a speaker. Unless and until he is not a good speaker, he will not be able to be successful in the political part of the country. So now here Hitler is also such a kind of a person. He is a gifted speaker. And in 1923 attempted to capture power from Bavaria. So he was a part of a Bavarian army, but still he stood against the Bavarian government and he tried to capture it. So what is happening is finally he landed in prison. When he was in prison, he wrote the famous book called Mein Kampf, and he was a great fascist. He is a supporter of fascists and he got many followers in the fascism ideology. So what he did is finally he started the Nazism also. In the next slide you can see the Nazi state of Hitler. And when they started this Nazism, they automatically had a symbol called swastika also. You all very well aware of this swastika symbol. Yes, communists refused to collaborate with social democrats. They were going against social democratic people. When if you see the social democrats means it's for the common and for the political system party. Mostly it benefits common people. But here what they did is they started revolting against them, and they were not going together with the social democrats. Okay, and Nazi state of Hitler brought an end to the parliamentary democracy. So finally what they are doing is becoming a great powerful person in the country, a great leader of the fascism ideology, and what he is doing is he completely abolished the parliamentary system in the country. Then Hitler replaced the flag of Weimar by the swastika banner of National Socialism. But he was not following socialist ideology in his thing, because they were completely suppressing the Jews and the other people, those who were they were opposing him. Then political parties except Nazi party declared illegal. Okay, Hitler Youth was created. So each and every way he started creating or communities or parties which was favorable for him. Like now he started Hitler Youth. He was targeting youth only because old men are not going to be so strong and they are very wise enough. But when you capture youth, what they will do is they will not think twice, or they will not think again what they are doing. If the leader has said something, they will immediately start doing it and put it into action. Like that is the nature of the youth. So what they do is Hitler impressed youth and he started creating Hitler Youth movement. Then trade unions was abolished. Trade unions abolished means you have to have a peaceful agreement with other countries and all. So what he did is he completely abolished trade unions. The Nazi propaganda, it was written by Joseph Goebbels, Gestapo or Secret State of Police, formed by Himmler. Okay, but what he is doing is they were creating Nazi propaganda under these leaderships, their leaderships, and trade unions was also abolished. In the next slide, Hitler governed, that is Nazi policy towards Jews. Hitler governed policy of repressing Jewish people. Hitler was mainly concentrating, as in the previous slide we saw, he started suppressing Jewish people. Then he started giving forced labor. What he did is he will not give proper, that is when he appoint these Jewish people for the work or labor for anything, he will not provide them a correct amount of wages. And what they did is they even started torturing them, putting them in the gas chambers to kill them. Okay, so whoever opposing or whoever standing against, if you see Jewish people also, they were put in the concentration camps and they were tortured in the gas chambers and all. Then around 6 million Jews were killed in the camp, and that camp was, or that treatment were called as the final solution. And Heydrich, responsible for concentration camp, he was another person who was standing in support for the Hitler or giving ideas or the new solutions, how to kill them, how to torture them, was Heydrich. And he also was part of this concentration camp in the system of killing the Jews. In the next slide you can see defiance of Treaty of Versailles. Treaty of Versailles really upturned the satisfaction of the Germans. We saw in the first lesson itself. Yes, this Treaty of Versailles was written against the German country, and 1934 Hitler became president and commander-in-chief of armed forces. So he was working in Bavarian force earlier in the previous slides. Yes, now he became the leader of the armed forces. When the force is under his control or in his palms, what will happen? He will automatically have all the power of controlling everyone or do whatever he wanted. So that's what that gave the rise for that situation of Nazism. His attempts to breach Treaty of Versailles led to Second World War. So what he did is, Treaty of Versailles is an agreement or a kind of a peace treaty. But now what is happening is, he went, because he got all the control and the power, so automatically what he is doing is, very, very adamant, and he started going against the Treaty of Versailles, which gave the birth to Second World War. Okay, just we'll go through the small do you know thing. Democratic Party was founded as the General German Workers Association. Again and again I'll say these Democratic Party, whatever Labour Party, whatever party has been started in Europe, everything was done for the workers, for the benefit of the workers. Okay. So here also for the German Workers Association on 23rd May in Leipzig. Founder was Ferdinand Lassalle. German elites of the late 19th century considered the very existence of the Socialist Party a threat to the security and the stability of the newly unified Reich, and so Bismarck outlawed this party. When you give support to the Labour Party, that is Workers Association, or when you give support to the workers community, automatically this upper class people will get afraid. Okay, so that's happening here, and they thought that it is going to be a threat to the security and the stability of the newly started Reich. So what is happening is, again they are coming and abolishing it, and they completely put it into, they put a full stop for the party. So that's happening here. And however, in 1945, with the fall of Hitler, the Social Democratic Party was revived. So because of the Hitler, when Hitler was under failure, Socialist Democratic Party was brought up because it's for the commons. Okay, the only surviving party from the Weimar period with a record of opposition to Hitler. The only party which stood against Hitler is a Social Democratic Party. Hope you understood today's Nazism and the role of Germans in the post-war season or the time period. Hope you all understood the lesson, this part of the lesson. Thank you. Have a nice day.